Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much for welcoming everybody today. I'm very excited about today's program. So let's go ahead and, well, I would like to call on Linda Nels to lead us today in the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, hello everyone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty, justice
and justice for all.
for all.
All right, I thought I was unmuted. And the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very much, Linda. I appreciate that. It does sound like, weather across our country is kind of throwing us off a little bit here and there with speakers and microphones. So hopefully we'll be okay. I've missed you all for the last 2 weeks. Daryl is down in Santa Fe helping to take care of his father, and we were down there a couple weeks ago as well. And so I've missed a couple of meetings, and I missed seeing all of your bright faces, and I'm glad to be back today. And so first of all, I'd like to call on Jeannie Schlossen, who has some caring committee updates to share with us.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Sally. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I thought people in the club would want to know that unfortunately, Carol Griever's mother passed away within this past week. And also Darla Schuth, her father passed away also. So sad news, but I thought everybody would want to know. And that's our report.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeannie. We appreciate you being there for us. And I hope everybody understands what a great job the Caring Committee does. They reach out to everybody to not only celebrate their accomplishments, but also to let our fellow Rotarians know that we're there thinking of them and when they have some loss and some tragedy as well. So the Caring Committee really is it's the heart of Rotary. So thank you very much, Jeannie, for your presentation today. Okay, and now I'd like to pass this on to Charlotte Rome, and she's our membership chair, and she's going to welcome our guests today.
Thank you, President Sally, and welcome to all our guests and visitors today. We're excited to see so many of you joining us today for this program. I'm going to just call on several of you, and if you'd like to introduce yourselves with your name and where you're from, that would be wonderful. Thank you. I'll start with Larry Parrish. If you'd like to introduce your guest, Bill Coulter.
I've known Bill for probably more than 20 years, since he's a retired U.S. Navy submarine captain. I thought Fred's talk would be particularly interesting. It is, so I'm glad to welcome him today. Welcome.
Thank you, and welcome, Bill. Dominica Pradera?
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I'm past President Dominica of the Rotary Club of Montego Bay. I have been visiting a lot of clubs since last April. This is my 79th club. Sometimes I go to 3 or 4 or sometimes 6 or 8 meetings in a week. Now that we're all on Zoom. It's lovely to be with you today. I've never visited this club before, but I have been to Sarasota Bay a few months ago. So there we are. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. Glad to have you. And Elaine and Peter Simon? Oh. Elaine and Peter Simon, if you'd like to introduce yourselves. I think you're on mute.
I'm sorry, we were muted. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've both lived in Boulder since the 70s, and we're both retired. And my brother is a Rotarian in
New York.
on Long Island in New York, and he's always enjoyed it. So we thought we should try.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well,
We're glad
thank
to
you
have
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We have Joanna Jacobs.
I'm Joanna Jacobs. As I said, I am an assistant managing editor at the University of Alabama Press, and I had the privilege of working on Fred's book. I'm very glad that I'll get to hear him speak today.
Wonderful. Thank you, Joanna, for joining us today. It's great to have you.
You're gonna be sorry, Joanna.
Not a chance.
We also have Chuck with us today.
Yeah, Chuck Danny with Seminole Lake Rotary here in Tampa Bay, and probably one of the few that's glad to hear about the snow out there, because I'll be there in about 2.5 weeks to ski. So, and meet with some of you fine Rotarians in Boulder, and looking forward to that. So I guess you won't be live at that point, but we'll maybe beat at the restaurant at 6 feet away, sort of thing. So great to be here though, and in Omarine, and looking forward to hearing what we're going to hear soon.
Thank you, Chuck, and wonderful to have you here today. And we have Bill McCarran.
Hello, I'm a good friend of Fred McLaren. He and I were classmates and company mates at the Naval Academy. And I am, and all of his classmates are so very proud of his massive accomplishments in the submarine service. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you for joining us, Bill, today. Wonderful to have you here. And I think we have one more, which is Daryl, if you'd like to introduce Gloria.
Yes, so with me here is Gloria Brown, and she's my stepmother. She's a saint, by the way, and here from Santa Fe, and proud to relay that, you know, my father was in the Navy, and he may be joining us here shortly. So looking forward to it, and thank you all for your support.
Wonderful, thank you, and welcome, Gloria. Lovely to have you here today. I think we have everybody, but if I have missed anybody, please unmute yourselves and introduce yourselves.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. And welcome to all our guests, because Friday afternoon, Boulder Rotary is definitely the best place to be. And so welcome to all of you. We're glad to have you here. All right, without further ado, oh, no, I do have one more announcement. Nancy Geyer, would you like to talk about the Imagination Library?
Yes, I would. Thanks, Sally. Many of you heard Rod Tunge speak last week about the Imagination Library. For more than 15 years, our club has partnered with the Mile High United Way and the Imagination Library to provide books to young children in our community. The Imagination Library was founded by Dolly Parton in 1995 as a way to get age-appropriate books in the homes of young children. Through this wonderful program, each child receives a book every month in the mail until they turn 5. Providing this early access to books is a great way to get these children on their way to experiencing the joy and the magic of books, and to help prepare them for school. Most of the children that we support have been identified through Boulder Housing Partners and other local nonprofits as children who may not otherwise have access to quality age-appropriate books. This year we have about 40 children from newborns through age 4 that need our support. So far, about 15 Boulder Rotarians have generously sent in payments to support children. And we encourage the rest of you to consider sponsoring a child this year so that every child on our list will receive books. The range of support is $30 to $150, depending on the child's age. $150 is for a newborn, $120 for a 1-year-old, $90 for a 2-year-old, $60 for a 3-year-old, and $30 for a 4-year-old. To support a child, you can mail a check made out to Mile High United Way to me, Nancy Geyer, at 4504 Northfield Court in Boulder, 80301. And I'll put this information in the chat. It's also in the rib. You can also call Rod Tungy at 303-449-0431 if you'd like to pay by credit card. If you have any questions, please send me or Rod an email. My email is nangeyer@gmail.com and Rod's is rtungy@comcast.net. So thanks so much for your help with this great program. We'll be accepting sponsorships through March. And so we really hope that we can support all these children this year. Thanks, Sally.
Thank you, Nancy. And thanks for bringing this program to us, because I don't know about you guys, but that was my escape growing up, was I would go in my room and read my books. And, you know, I just can't imagine growing up and not having books to just go escape and just, you know, it just was tremendous. And so for that, Nancy put me and Daryl down for $150. We're going to sponsor a kid till they're 5 years old so they can get a book every month. So thank you very much for working on this program. I want to let everybody know that right after this meeting today, I am talking to Sarah Gutman from JCC just to see how this can start. What can we do about being back together or those kinds of things? So it's just a fact-finding mission, but hopefully we'll get you that lunch real soon, Fred. All right,
Let me say hello to Nancy. Nancy, it's great to see you. I thought you were retired. I'm saying hello to Nancy Geyer. I thought she was retired. Good to see you. And Joanna, thanks for joining in.
Yes. Thank you again, Fred. Thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to
Bob. Say a prayer for us all.
All right, Bob, say a prayer for us. All right, I'm going to turn this over to Nancy Chin Wagner, who has a red to blue badge to share with us today. Thank you again, Fred.
Correct. Welcome, everybody. And Paul, are you on?
I am, Nancy.
Thank you. Okay, so today I have the pleasure, there you go. Okay, today I have the pleasure to introduce Paul Cure. And as Sally said, red to blue transition, congratulations. And he's been a member since August 28, 21, 7 months. His sponsors are Cassidy Murphy and Charlotte Roan. His wife is Ann Pendleton, and most proud of his daughters who bring him joy and brilliance and probably keeps him on his toes. His business is Mea Culpa Productions, which is a production company. It's consultancy and event company. So Paul is from Grosse Pointe, Michigan, and he's youngest of 4. His parents are Norman and Sharon Cure. He is a dedicated member of the community since 1996. And he started with his wife in 2005, the Cure Organic Farm. And he continuously is active in the community by donating his time with some nonprofits such as CASA, Historic Boulder, Highland City Club, Conference of World Affairs, the Aspen Institute, and many others, including the Colorado Athletic Club, where he needs to keep up swimming with his daughters. So, and in shape, right?
Absolutely.
So, okay. So Paul, my first question to you is this. Can you tell us about Mea Culpa Productions? And you also had a program, We Need to Talk series, that you're involved in. Can you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Nancy. And thank you, Fred, for your service and for the great conversation. Mea Culpa is my production company in regards to, I put on a talk series called We Need to Talk with a different topic about every 4 months. We've done 2 seasons of this. And so right now it's been power, beauty, glory, truth. And the next one will be on liberty with guests such as, excuse me, I'm having my moment here on the camera. I'm totally forgetting, with Colorado State Senator Steve Fenberg and many others over at the Dairy Center. Thank you, Gordon, for the theater. That's where I hold the talks.
Okay, my second question for you, thank you very much, is, so you are currently involved in a committee in the Rotary. So I wanted to find out for you, and you're working with Alessandro Sachs on the Lakota Nation. Tell us about it and why you joined that committee.
I was just incredibly impressed with what Alessandro had started and is continuing to do in regards to bringing clean water to the Pine Ridge Reservation, working with the Olympic gold medalist, Billy Mills, and his foundation up there running strong. And so I've been reaching out to other large corporations, whether it be Starbucks or Matt Damon's foundation, Water Equity, to get some more grants and some more funds to be able to go up to Pine Ridge and supply the residents up there with clean water and with wells.
And the Boulder Rotary has done so much for the Oglala Indians up there, you know. In that
Yeah, Alessandro's done so much. Absolutely. I'm just following his lead.
Wonderful, wonderful. And my last question for you, Paul, is the Rotary mottos is service above self. How are your values aligned with our motto and the communities you are serving?
You know, as I've said, just right before this, it's really just about following other people's footsteps, whether that be what Alessandro's doing, what Nancy Geyer's done for Boulder with the Museum of Boulder, with so many others, Mike Brady. I really just followed their lead and I'm so impressed and really just take their cues.
Wonderful. Well, that's it. Thank you so much, Paul, and being on and explaining what's going on. And we appreciate it here for your membership moment and red to blue transition. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Paul. Thank you so much, Nancy. You're such a wonderful interviewer. And Paul, it was fascinating to hear about your company. And, you know, you might need to use Nancy sometimes because she's just great at it. So anyway, moving on, I'd like to introduce Susan Connolly, who's going to introduce us to a red badger.
Thank you, Sally. Our newest red badge member is Karen DeBartolome, who joined Boulder Rotary Club last month, sponsored by Jancy Campbell and Ronnie Wells. Karen was an Army brat who lived all over the US and Germany, attending 9 schools in 12 years. She holds a BA from the School of International Service at American University and an MPA from Harvard's Kennedy School of Government. Karen was a White House fellow under President Reagan and worked on the Clinton transition team first term. When the White House fellows toured American military assets, Karen was the only one of the 12 who took the challenge to drive an Abrams tank. Karen spent 14 years in a variety of managerial, finance, and executive roles at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. She consulted in marketing and leadership development and worked for CU in international development. As the Rocky Mountain region's longtime executive director for the Institute of International Education, she administered Fulbright and other scholarship exchange programs for the 16-state region. In 2012, Karen founded World Denver, a Colorado membership-based nonprofit that works in global education and professional exchange, from which she retired in 2019. Karen's professional roles brought her in touch with many diplomats. Here she is celebrating Russia's National Day at the Russian Embassy in Washington, D.C. with the infamous Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. Karen's Army brat upbringing left her with an urge to travel and to connect with people when she does. Here she's making friends with a Persian doorman in Shiraz, Iran. Karen is in what she describes as a cross-cultural marriage, as her husband Charles is British. When they were in their 40s, Karen and Charles adopted 2 sons. The family lives in the Valhalla neighborhood of Boulder. This fall, Karen will accompany Charles on his Fulbright Award to teach at the University of Economics in Bratislava, Slovakia. While she's there, she hopes to hang out at the Bratislava Rotary Club. Please join me in welcoming Karen to Boulder Rotary Club.
Welcome, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
You have sounds like an exciting life. Thanks for sharing with us. We're looking forward to working with you.
Likewise.
Thank you, Susan, for introducing her today. So this past week, I don't know if you all got to attend, but we had a trivia night, and we did that with Rotaract, and this week is actually Rotaract week, so I wanted to talk about that. And they did a fabulous job of putting together a very fun trivia night, and we got to hang out with Cassidy and Mike, and not be a winning team, but we had a fabulous time. So, I hope you guys can take advantage of things like that when they come up. And now, today covering for George Russell is John Sullivan, and he's got some birthdays to talk about. John?
Hi, thank you, Sally. When I was looking through the Hollywood squares of today's meeting, I didn't see any of these members, but perhaps you signed on late because you want to speak up today. But the people in our club who are having birthdays this week are Krista Marks, who celebrated her birthday yesterday, Yanni Roditis, Ed McDowell, and Doc Evans, who celebrate their birthdays tomorrow, and Jim Rolfs, who celebrates his birthday on Sunday. And if any of you are with us now and have some words you'd like to share with our club, go for it. Okay. And is there anyone else who missed a chance last week or will miss a chance next week who wants to share anything? Now it's your turn.
Okay, John, now you have to sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarians. Happy birthday to you.
Nice, thanks. Thanks for covering for that today, John. That was really nice. Speaking of covering, next, George Garmany has a brew to share with us.
Hello, Boulder Rotarians and guests. We often talk about how Boulder Rotary is the best place to be in Boulder on a Friday. But right now, I think the very best place to be is at home with your loved ones, and hopefully with plenty of supplies to last you for several days. Daryl is out this week, so I'll be your temporary brew crew for today. For several years, Boulder Rotary Club has supported the Imagination Library, and we only have a few more weeks in March to do that this year. I can't imagine a better year to support childhood readers than this one. With the pandemic that keeps everyone out of school, staying home, and struggling with a lack of family income. Sponsorships range from $150 to $30, so please contact Rod or Nancy at their emails or phone numbers. Those numbers and more details are available in the rib. Yep, all good things must come to an end. And the immensely talented Daryl and Sally have decided that they wish to move on to allow other Rotarians with computer and visual skills to take over this gig. If you would like to be a Boulder Rotary star, please talk with President-elect Chad Stam to find out more and to join the new brew crew. Do you remember the recent program that we had about Native peoples in Boulder County? Start planning now for this 2-hour interactive workshop on May 8th. You will have the opportunity to learn about our shared history through the voices of Native people, European colonists, and others. Contact Gary Kahn to learn more and to reserve a place. Okay, here it is, almost St. Pat's, and we're about to experience a winter wonderland right here in Boulder. I'll tell you an Irish secret that you may not have known. For years, the Irish have believed that Guinness Stout builds strength and endurance. That notion is all over the old company promotions, and it remains popular today. So, this weekend, when you have shoveled so much snow that you're exhausted and pooped, pop a Guinness to find out whether it rejuvenates you. Whether it does or not, make sure, as always, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. That was great. Thank you, George. I'm sure that Daryl will probably see if the Guinness will work for him. Well, I hope you all had a really good time today, and I appreciate you all being here. And I hope you all stay safe and we keep our power. And you've already stocked up, because apparently all the bananas at my neighborhood supermarket are gone. Apparently everybody's making banana bread week. I don't know why, but so have a good week, you guys, and you're more than welcome to stay on and chat and hang out with people if you'd like to at this point. And I unfortunately have to go, but I will see you all next week, and have a good week. Bye, everybody. And meeting adjourned. And let me put I have my fake bell here today because I'm not in a see you next week.